Morning, Mr. Sala. Who are you coming in on?
Tom's.
Mr. Tom's. Okay.
Got Tom.
Okay, we'll pull that up. All right, I have Mr. Tom's and I have an iPhone, so let's see who this is. See if it's Miss Butler. All right, I have someone who's called in on an iPhone. I'm sending you a request to unmute your device. And could you give me a name, please?
David Shourds.
Mr. Shourds, okay, thank you. I'm gonna change your screen name just so I don't lose you. And I'm gonna pop you in the waiting room for just a moment.
Okay.
And I will bring you right back in. All right, and you're here, is that Miss Butler?
Yes.
Okay, why don't you come on up to the podium? Okay, this is in the matter of Angela Caitlin Butler versus Scott Edwin Toms, file number 2011-36187 DP. I have Stanley Sala appearing on behalf of the defendant and Katerina Dumont appearing on behalf of the plaintiff. Mr. Toms was here previously on June 3rd. Mr. Sala, we adjourned it to June 20th. Mr. Toms needed time to contact his attorney. He's obviously retained you. Let's see, we're here on June 20th. I adjourned to June 27, and again to today. Father has denied mother both spring break and Christmas break. There are the denials attached and parenting time order. So Mr. Sala and Ms. Dumont, has there been any resolution or movement on this, or where do we stand? Because I know we have a couple different things going on.
Yeah, at this point, I have not had an opportunity to talk to Katrina and Ms. Dumont, and I just got on this, so we probably need to set up for an evidentiary hearing at this point.
Okay.
Your Honor, I don't believe we need an evidentiary hearing. I think this could be resolved quite shortly.
We got to stand up on the podium. I have a court reporter and we can't hear you. Mr. Sala might not be able to hear you.
Your Honor, I don't believe we need an evidentiary hearing with regards to this. I mean, it's pretty simple. There's 2 violations of the custody parenting time. And since then, Ms. Butler has received communication from Mr. Toms that he's now trying to pick up Michael a day early to take him back to Florida for school. So with regards to that, I think it's important to be able to come to some sort of resolution or decision today, because he is now trying to take even more time away from Ms. Butler at this point.
Okay, so we have an order in place. So Mr. Sala, well, I guess I would ask, why did he say he wanted to pick the child up a day early?
I don't believe he said why. He just said my family's coming at this date.
So we have an order in place, and Mr. Sala, I'm sure will explain it to his client that the date is the date. You don't get to pick up early or pick up late. I will say that because Mr. Toms lives in Florida with a minor child, that makeup time is not something I'm going to be able to do this summer anyway, because obviously the child's not going to miss school. But we can, what is there? Let me look back here. Let's see here. She already gets the entire Thanksgiving, Christmas, and spring break, as well as any other 1-week breaks during the summer or during the school year. I don't know exactly where we're going to be able to do makeup parenting time, to be honest. But I can set this for a hearing, of course, but Mr. Sala, also the order is in place, so your client needs to understand he doesn't get to not provide parenting time. So Ms. Adams, could I either have the red book or you find an evidentiary hearing date? But Mr. Toms, you understand you don't get to pick up the child a day early?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. That's all. thank you. You can talk to your attorney and your attorney can address that. I don't want you to say anything your attorney doesn't want you to say on the record.
And Your Honor, we discussed like the situation with the minor child living in Florida. His schooling starts August 12th. If we could have a little bit of makeup parenting time and the minor child to be returned August 10th. That would provide her with a little bit less than a week, I believe.
Well, he's still got to get the kid ready for school. So I think that's a little, you know, if it was reversed, I'd still want her to have the child, you know, the week before school starts. So, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna have to go into probably,
Your Honor, we have evidentiary hearing on his ex parte motion, August 7th at 1:30.
Mr. Salad, you just want me to set this with that?
Yes, we could do that.
Oh, perfect. You guys are great. Thank you. So we'll set this over to August 7 at 1:30. And thank you, Ms. Dumont. All right, so 8/7 at 1:30, and that's going to be via Zoom, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Saleh, I
Yes.
assume you'd want Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay, very good. So we'll see you both back on that day. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Toms, give me a call when you get a chance.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
All right, Miss Underwood, I've got, I don't know if you have anything in front of Judd, or who do you have in front of me today?
I'm not sure which are yours and which are the other courts. I'm sorry, Your Honor.
Do you have
I have
names?
Southwell, Lore, Diaz,
I have-
Sabatilla, Flores, Skiboletto, Rodriguez, Hernandez, Shourds, Spresser, Kersey, or Kinsey, Cole, Corley, Clement.
Okay, well, I think I have some of those, so why don't we start on the ones I think I have for you?
Okay,
Okay, so, you said Cole, right? Rhonda, you said Andrew
Yep.
Cole?
yep,
Do
Andrew
I have
Cole.
Andrew Cole in the courtroom? I do not have Andrew Cole in the waiting room. So in the matter of Nicole Brummett versus Andrew Dean Cole, file number 2008-33324 Mr. Cole was ordered to appear. He makes, let's see, it's arrearages only, owes about $8,068.24. He's only paid $100 in 2024. So he's failed to appear. I'm going to issue a bench warrant for his arrest. And I'm going to set bond in the amount of 2,500 cash. All right. Let's see, you said Corley. Is there Mr. Corley in the courtroom? In the matter of Nicole Alina Sandburn versus Keith L. Corley II, file number 2012-38050. This is a date and time set for an adjourned show cause. Mr. Corley is ordered to pay $209 a month in child support. And as of today's date, he has an arrearage in the amount of $19,397.47. The last payment we received was $76.36 on June 14th of 24. He was ordered to pay $260 a month and make payments on his own until the income withholding was put in place. He paid $230 for June and no payments for July. He has a history of being arrested on bench warrants, crying in court and getting released, making small payments and going MIA until arrested again. Okay, has very high job turnover according to the front of the court. So I'm gonna issue a bench warrant for his arrest. And I'm gonna set bond in the amount of 5,000 cash. All right. Then you said Jim Mason,
I don't see a Mason.
okay.
Clement?
Hold on. Okay. You have a Clement. Is there a Clement in the courtroom? Carol. Don't see one in my waiting room. All right. In the matter of Ashley Ann Phibbs versus Robert Anthony Clement, file number 2015-41511 DS. Says the date and time set for a show cause. Mr. Clement has made minimal payments on this case. He's ordered to pay $300 a month. He has an arrearage of $12,463.36. Last payment was $2,005.09 on an income withholding. I don't know. Is he still in jail on anything? We don't know. So, do we know if he's in jail at all?
Your Honor,
Yeah.
I have him on my caseload.
Is he in jail?
He is currently in treatment in Washington.
When will he get out of treatment?
I don't have an out date yet.
Was it like 180-day treatment?
More like probably 90 days.
All right. So how long has he been there?
About a month.
All right. So I'm going to set this over to September 23 at 8 a.m. And hopefully he will be successful in his treatment. So we want that. So September 23. All right. Thank you, Ms. Teskey.
You're welcome.
All right, let's see. She didn't say Mason. Did you have Carol, Miss Underwood?
Do I have who?
Carol, Mr. Carol?
I don't see a Terrell.
All right, all right. Did you have Clack?
I don't see Clack.
Did you have Mason?
I don't see Mason.
How about Sarabia?
I don't see Sarabia.
Southwell?
Yes.
Mr. Southwell's here. All right, come on up, Mr. Southwell. All right. Find you. 2010. Can you stand at the podium just so we have better audio?
No problem.
Okay, I got it. All right, this is in the matter of Whitney Wyrick versus Kevin Donald Southwell, file number 2010-35643 DP. Mr. Southwell is present in person and represented by Miss Underwood. This is arrearages only. Mr. Southwell has an arrearage of $22,685. He came in on a bench warrant on May 28th. Miss Underwood was present. He was ordered to pay $300 towards child support by that Friday. He was released on a PR bond and supposed to pay $200 a month. He paid the $300 in June. So do you have your $200 for July?
Ma'am, I do not. The reason I don't is because I was actually had to pay another $1,100 for my license to stay out of jail again.
Okay, are you working?
Yes, ma'am.
When can you pay the $200 for June?
I can have it by Friday.
Okay, so I want you to pay the $200 by Friday, but then every month, just make the payment.
Okay.
And then we don't have to keep bringing you back.
Correct.
All right, so you're gonna pay $200 by this Friday. And then my advice to you is try to pay $50 a week, or, you know, make sure, are you employed where they can take it out of your check?
Yes, they were supposed to start doing that, but.
All right, so do we have the information for the income withholding, Ms. Pelham?
Moment, sorry.
hold on, she's muted, but
Oh.
go ahead.
So at
No,
the
I thought
moment-
you lost your job.
Yes, they have college kids take my place right now until I get sentencing for August 1st. And then because they don't want to go back and forth.
Okay,
you know,
so you get sentenced to August 1st?
Yes.
Okay,
Downstairs. So then after that, I will be back to work, but I can pay the rest.
okay. Okay, so make sure you pay, you know, you're kind of gonna be at the beginning of August by the time you make the payment, so if you could make the August payment by the third week of August, okay?
Absolutely.
So, let's see. We're gonna set you out to September 23rd.
Okay.
So that means you'll make the August $200 payment, September 1. Stay in contact with Miss Pelham, because if you're making the payment, she can adjourn this or dismiss it, all right?
Okay.
All right, thank you, Mr.
Thank you.
Southwell.
Have a good day.
You too. And, all right, you have Mr. Shourds, correct, Miss Underwood?
Yep,
All right, and then I had a couple other people pop in. Oh. Yeah, just put on that table right here. All right, Mr. Shourds, if you could unmute your device and start your audio, please. All right, this is in the matter of David Allen Shourds versus Jessica Sue Shourds. Do I have Jessica Shourds? No, I do not in the courtroom. She's not in the waiting room. So, Mr. Shourds, this is file number 20-47465 DM. Mr. Shourds is represented by Rhonda Underwood. Mr. Shourds is ordered to pay $857 a month in child support. As of today's date, he has an arrearage in the amount of $12,706.88. Last payment he made was $180 on May 29th of 2024. We had adjourned it from back on July 1 to monitor payments. He has not made any payments. He is Miss Underwood, Mr. Shourds has not made any of the payments as requested. Do you need a moment to talk to him?
yes, please.
All right. So, Mr. Shourds, I'm going to open up a breakout room and give you a moment to speak with Miss Underwood.
Okay.
You don't have to get their purses. We always let their stuff on the bag. We let them there, so you don't have to. She knew, she went down to Judge O'Savers, but we always let their purses on the bench. Nobody's gonna steal them, not here anyway. So you can just leave them there. All right, I have a gentleman on a Samsung and a black t-shirt. What's your name, please? Unmute your device.
Kyle Lore.
All right, Mr. Lore, maybe walk around to get better service. Because you're breaking up quite a bit.
Can you hear me now, ma'am?
A little bit better. Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Mr. All right, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Judge.
All right, in the matter of Jennifer Lauer versus Kyle Lauer, file number 2013-38954 DM. Mr. Lauer, your matter has been adjourned to September 9 at 8 AM. September 9 at 8 AM, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, is there an Isaiah Kupshaw in the courtroom? No. In the matter of Jason Kuritz versus Nora Kuritz, file number 1995-16941 DM, that matter has been adjourned to September 9 at 8 AM. All right, Miss Underwood, I'm bringing Mr. Shourds back. right, Mr. Shourds, could unmute your device, please? Thank you. So, Ms. Underwood, you've had a chance to speak with Mr. Shourds. How would you like to proceed today?
Your Honor, Mr. George did make a $200 payment yesterday. I don't think that's obviously reflected yet. How did you make that payment, Mr. George?
It was online, ma'am, through the portal.
Mr. George, Your Honor, house has just been foreclosed on. He's got 3 jobs. He's working part-time for a friend, but he's got 3 job interviews. And he also, Your Honor, I believe is trying to get into the front of the court for a review because significant costs he has for daycare
Well,
for
we
his
don't-
autistic daughter. We would ask for some time to get these things done and hopefully get Mr. Shourds full-time employed.
All right, so Mr. Shourds, as long as you made that payment, we're going to adjourn this out to September 9 at 8 a.m. Mr. Shourds, we don't really take into account expenses to calculate child support, except for a few, only because, you know, obviously we look at the support of the child, which is more important than a lot of things. So, Mr. Shourds, I will set this out to September 9, as I said, at 8 a.m. And I expect an August and September payment. All right?
Your Honor, can I ask a question, please?
Sure.
How do I go back in my divorce decree? It says if anybody is on state assistance, we can have a proper amendment done on child support. I have 6 kids total that I take care of. My daughter is 3, just turned 3. She's just got deemed autistic through the state. And I'm doing it at my house to just get foreclosed on because I can't pay for my kids. And like child support's so high, including daycare costs. I'm trying to do everything I can to stay out of jail with you guys and work.
So,
with
Mr.
you guys.
Shourds, I'm not the referee for the front of the court. So you file your petition, the front of the court referee will hear it. And then if there's any objections, it comes up to me. But Mr. Shourds, if there's state assistance, that only raises your child support most of the time because that has to be paid back. It's not free. So if you put a petition in for a review, they will look at those issues, okay?
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, we'll see you back at September 9. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Bye.
So, who else did you say you had, Miss Underwood?
Let's see, Your Honor. Kyle
Expresser?
Moore, John Capatillo,
Laura
Isaac
was,
Capatillo, John Diaz, Jessica Flores, Jonathan Scivoletto, James Rodriguez, Jose Hernandez.
okay, Laura was adjourned to September 9.
Which one?
Laura, Loar.
No, I don't have LOAR. Oh, Laura, yes. September 9.
All right. Huh? Yeah, September 9. Did you have Spresser? Yes.
Yes.
Joseph Spresser in the courtroom? Oh, there he is. All right, Mr. Spresser is present. So this is in the matter of, oh, we got 2. So FOC, I have paperwork for 1 Spresser. All right, so on my docket, I have Lisa Tarver versus Joseph Spresser. And then I have paperwork for Sarah Seeberger versus Ryan Davis attached. So on Joseph Spresser, Mr. Spresser is ordered to pay $202 a month in child support. He has an arrearage of $5,533. Last payment we received was June 27th in the amount of $200. Ms. Underwood appeared with you back on June 21st. We adjourned to July 1. You, I set bond at 200, let's see, came back in on July 1, ordered you to pay $63 a week, either at the front of the court or online, and we adjourned to today. And you have not made those payments. Do you have a payment to make today?
I will later today, Your Honor.
When?
I start my new job today at Mighty Motors, mechanic full-time, 6 days a week, and I've only worked 2 days. My other boss cut grass.
Okay, speak up a little bit. Where are you working at now?
Mighty Motors?
And are you an employee that they take taxes out on?
Yes, ma'am.
Mighty Motors, and where is that located?
I believe it's Maumee. It's down right across from Carlton. I don't know the exact address.
Carlton Inn?
Yeah, Carlton line, right across on 223 there.
Okay, do you know what, Ms. Pelham, did you get that?
Yes.
Okay, good job, because I know you're a mechanic and you know, that's great. Okay, so. All right. Okay, and you get paid weekly or bi-weekly?
I'm not sure. Today is my first day.
Okay, all right, so I'm gonna adjourn this out to September 23. Mr. Spresser, like I said, good job. Keep this job and, you know, be early, do a great job, and make your payments. And you're gonna need to make up the July ones, so, you know, they're gonna do an income withholding, but when you get your paycheck, if they didn't take the money out, you gotta come here and pay it in person or pay it online, all right?
Like I said, I have another job too, cutting grass, so he's
Okay.
some money, so.
And I ordered $63 a week just because you gotta pay down your arrears a little bit, okay? All right, good job.
Thank you so much.
All right, so we'll see you back on that day. Thank you. All right, in the matter of Raquel Tyndall versus Isaiah Coopshaw, 2007-32109 BP. That matter was adjourned to September 23rd. Ms. Underwood, is there any other ones you had?
I don't think so with you.
Yeah, you had Jessica Flores versus
Yeah,
Cody
yeah.
Bays.
I
File
have
number
Jessica Flores.
Yep, 2018-45161 DP. That matter is adjourned to September 16th.
Okay.
All right, and then Kelsey Siegert versus Jacob Keen, 2017-448360 DS has been adjourned to September 9. All right, so, Mr. Carol, why don't you come up? I think that's all I had you appointed on, Miss Underwood. I don't know if I'll have any new ones for you. I do have a pickup, but I haven't gotten to that one yet, all right?
Okay, I'm gonna go down to Judge Colsavers for a few minutes.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, so this is in the matter of Michelle McNamara versus Aaron Carroll, file number 23-51285 UN. Mr. Carroll is present in person and Miss McNamara is not here. So Mr. Carroll, you have an arrearage of $25,368.65. You're ordered to pay $191 a month on arrears. This case was registered here in May of 2024. A notice was mailed to you to make contact, to make payments on the arrearages, and we've had no contact with you. So is your address still 116 East Main Apartment D in Addison?
Yes,
Okay, are you employed right now?
no,
Okay.
I'm actually filing for disability right now. I'm in evaluation for it.
Okay, do you have an attorney?
No,
No? Okay.
can't
do you-
afford one.
Huh?
I said I can't afford one.
Okay, well, you don't need to afford one. So do you understand that Social Security attorneys, you do not have to pay them? They get paid by the state of Michigan or the government.
Oh, no, I did not know that.
And if you do it yourself, you're gonna get denied.
Okay, that's what I'm doing. I'm doing it myself.
Yeah, so you need to go home and Google Social Security attorneys for disability. There's some local ones, whatever, because, yeah, they get paid separately. You don't have to pay them.
Oh, okay.
But they will evaluate your case and determine whether or not you're eligible. So how are you surviving?
My girlfriend.
She's supporting you.
Yep, she's completely supported me for 8.5 years.
Okay, that's great, but if she's completely supporting you, she also needs to help you out. So, you are ordered to pay on this arrearage. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And until such time as I have a letter from a doctor saying you cannot work, period,
Okay,
or that, you have to make some payments on this.
okay.
Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand. I don't know how I'm going to.
You can do yard work, you can mow lawns, or she can pay it for you. I don't know. So you have to make payments on this until you get your disability. And when you get your disability, if you get a lump sum, it's gonna go to this.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, so, all right, so your caseworker is Amy Fetzer Wallet. Would she want to talk to him this morning, Miss Pelham?
Yes, have him stop down at the window.
Okay, so I'm gonna order that you have to pay $50 a month toward this,
Okay,
and it has to be paid. So I don't care if you're mowing somebody's lawn, raking leaves, doing whatever, you gotta pay $50 a month on this, all right?
okay,
You can pay it in person or you can pay it online.
okay,
And then before you leave today, because we're live, I don't want to put any information on the record. I need you to stop down at front of the court, go down to the basement
okay,
and go to that front window there and check in, and just so they can talk to you real quick.
okay.
You understand?
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So, I'm gonna set this out to September 23rd, just to see where we are and what's going on. I know attorneys in Jackson and Lenawee do those. You just need to Google it and find somebody that does it. All right.
okay,
Okay. So we'll see you back on September 23rd. Take the elevator all the way down to the basement and go out to speak to Amy. Okay.
okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Who else is here for front of the court? What's your name?
I'm Chris.
What's your last name?
Cota, C-O-T-A.
Do you have your paperwork?
I did.
Why don't you come up to the podium? Oh, Coda, I see. You're not here for front of the court though. Okay, never mind. I'm doing show causes for child support right now. You're an 8:30 hearing. I got you. Hold on. And you're here for an 8:30 too? Okay, so let me finish up my show causes. Let's see.
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, because it's an objection. I get you. Yep. All right, in the matter of Rebecca Stephen Clack. All right, Mr. Clack, if you could start your audio and your video, please. Thank you. All right, this is in the matter of Amanda Fenning. Is the P silent? Fenning? Fenning?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Versus Stephen Clack, file number 2013-39346DM. So, Mr. Clack, we are here today on a friend of the court show cause. Says you're supposed to pay $465 a month in child support. As of today's date, you have an arrearage in the amount of $12,505.06. So, Mr. Clack, do you understand once you reach about 9,500, the Attorney General of the state of Michigan can charge you with a 4-year felony for failure to pay child support? Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so potentially you're at the point where the Attorney General probably is reviewing this file and potentially could charge you with a felony, which will result you being in jail until you make a 20% payment. You've made one small payment of $100 back in June, and we have PJ Striping as your employer, and we have not received any payments. So you paid $150 direct last week, probably, right?
I've been paying her direct every 2 weeks when I get paid. I don't know if
Okay.
she's reporting it or not.
Nope. So, Mr. Clack, you need to understand something. in my experience, people don't always report it or acknowledge the payment. And it doesn't reduce your arrearage. Do you understand that? So if you've been paying her $150 a week or every other week or whatever, we don't have that credit. So you need to pay us so that we have track of it, because she's not reporting it at this point. You know, unless you have a letter. How long have you been doing that?
So I've been hauling asphalt the last few years and the work was seasonal. So the season started back up in April and I've been paying her since then. I do have a new job I'm starting soon, which is year-round work. So I should be able to get caught up.
So Mr. Clack, if you've been paying her since April, nobody's reported that. So you're taking a big risk, making sure someone else responsible for reporting your payments. So one of two things need to happen. You need to get her to sign a letter saying that those payments were made and provide them to front of the court. And going forward, you need to pay through the front of the court, because if you go to jail, it's going to be your fault, not anybody else's, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you got a new job? Where's that at?
It's called Curtis Excavating. It's in Commerce.
Okay, Commerce Township?
Yes.
Okay, in Michigan.
Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Clack, again, you need to get her and you to write a letter saying that she's received those payments since whatever date, only because you need to get credit for them, because it will reduce the amount you owe. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And then starting now, you need to go online and make those payments.
Okay.
Only because, you know, you're not getting credit for those. And I've seen, like, I had one woman that was paying her husband directly. He got mad at her and he wouldn't admit to it. So, you know,
I understand.
don't make other people responsible. And Mr. Clack, if you get new employment and they're not taking the money out of your check, until they do, you need to make that payment online until they start taking it out, okay?
Yeah, I saw they weren't taking it out. That's why I kept paying her, but I'll start paying online.
All right, and get a letter from her acknowledging you paid that much every other week or whatever since the beginning of April, all right?
Okay.
And then I will. I'm going to set this out to September 23rd. And that's only because I want you to get that letter in, okay?
Okay, I will.
And then we'll be back September 23rd and hopefully everything's all set, okay?
All right, sounds good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Brian, if you could unmute your device and start your audio, please. Thank you. So this is in the, yep, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right, this is in the matter of Diane Hubbard versus Brian Mason, file number 2014-41008 UN. Mr. Mason, we are here on a case that is arrearages only transferred through to us through Nevada. You have an arrearage in the amount of $29,918.05. We ordered, there's an order that you pay $260 per month on your arrears. The last payment we received was $346.66 back on September 1 of 2021. There's no active charge. As I said, it's arrearages only. So, Mr. Mason, are you currently employed?
No, this case has been dropped already. I don't want to waste your time.
Well, have you brought paperwork in showing me it's been dropped?
No.
So how am I supposed to know that?
Yeah, I get it.
So do you have, what do you mean it's been
Have you been
dropped?
in contact with Vegas at all?
All right, so here's the thing, Mr. Mason, this is your responsibility. So if something happened in Vegas, you need to get the paperwork and bring it to our
This-
friend of the court.
This paperwork was sent to my ex-wife's house, and I just found out about it on Friday.
Okay, so how are you gonna get a copy of that to provide to us? And what do you mean? She forgave the arrearage?
Yes, it was dropped in 21, maybe 20, I think.
Okay, so you need to get all the documentation and you need to provide it to your caseworker. So I'm gonna adjourn this out to September 23rd at 8 AM. And by then, I want you to have all the paperwork here.
Yes, ma'am. That's all I asked for.
Okay, so September 23rd at 8 AM. All right, we'll see you back on that day. Thank you.
Okay. See you, Judge.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, in the matter of Jasmine Saravia versus Brandon Blevins, file number 2019-46782 DP. This is the date and time set for a show cause. Ms. Saravia was ordered to appear. She has failed to do so. She's ordered to pay $267 a month in child support. She has a arrearage of $2,553.97. Last payment we received was $4.71 back in 2022. I'm going to issue a bench warrant for her arrest. I'm going to set bond in the amount of $2,554. All right. And so I have Rebecca Hardy versus Kevin Hardy on my docket, but I have no paperwork from Mr. Hardy or Miss Hardy.
Your Honor, if we could adjourn that to September 9.
All right, at 8 AM. All right, thank you. I believe that concludes our friend of the court docket.
Yes,
ladies.
thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Ms. Adams, the paperwork on Tom's, I'm gonna write the date on, if we can stick that with the paperwork for August 7th.
Of course.
All right, so. All right, Mr. Coda, want to come on up? Come up here. And if you could, yep, if you want to pull a chair out for him and adjust the microphone. We get better audio on this desk over here, Jeff. That one, yeah. And I believe, Samantha is connecting the audio. All right, Samantha Smith, if you could start your video, please.
Yes.
All right, excellent, thank you. So this is in the matter of Samantha Jean Smith. Let's stop this.